Hello there, my beautiful movie peeps. Appreciate you clicking on this video. Let's dive into some movie news. Some of the things we're going to be discussing here today, guys, is looking into the success Dune is having. Not just whether this warrants a third movie coming out, but also just the impact it's having on the movie community. We got our first set photo and look at Final Destination 6 currently being filmed. And Jack Black talking about singing in the Minecraft movie. Good or bad idea? That alone so much more, so I'm gonna need you guys to give me your opinions down below with everything we discuss here today, and also listen up, because we got an amazing sponsor. With all the Dune hype going on right now, I was extremely fortunate to partner up with Hamilton Watches. Hamilton is the watchmaker of filmmakers. If you weren't aware, Hamilton actually got to design the watches in Dune. At the request of Denis Villeneuve, Hamilton worked alongside the film prop master, Doug Hartlocker, to craft a watch for another world that defies traditional watch norms. And while that desert watch is exclusive to Arrakis, the creative influence behind that watch made Hamilton launch 2 limited edition watches in partnership with Dune Part 2. They sent me the Hamilton Ventura XXL Bright, and man, is this thing gorgeous. Not only does it come in some sleek, beautiful packaging that is very reminiscent of the Dune world, as someone who likes to spend their money a lot on collectible items, this is one beautiful thing to remind me of Dune, but the watch itself is also just a piece that constantly reminds me of that awesome movie. I'm also insanely impressed with the brightness on this watch, because right now I'm in my studio with my bright lights everywhere, and I can hit the light button on this and you will still be able to see it shine. And again, it was just a huge honor to partner with Hamilton Watches. Please visit their website, which I will link in the description, so that hopefully you can take a piece of Arrakis home with you. Thank you again to Hamilton Watches for sponsoring today's video. And well, since we just got done with the Dune sponsorship, let's continue the Dune talk. So with Dune 2 just releasing this past weekend, it managed to rack in $81.5 million. Articles have also pointed out this is a similar opening to what Oppenheimer did. And if Dune 2 can keep the same legs and awareness throughout the next couple of weeks, it could reach Oppenheimer numbers. It's maybe a little too optimistic. But even if it doesn't get to that outrageous $800 million Oppenheimer number, it's pretty safe to assume Dune 2 is gonna be quite a success, much more than the first one was. And you know, even putting aside financial success, critically, people all around the board seem to be really enjoying this movie. I know I enjoyed it a lot more than the first one, and I still really like the first one. So with it being a critical success, it looking to be a financial success, where's the third movie? Well, it looks very promising that Dune 3 is on the horizon, but it looks like we're gonna have to wait a little bit for it. The producers at Legendary did comment this about the third film, saying, "We have to have all creative stakeholders aligned and support the vision." I think everybody is very excited and really enjoying this moment. And if Denis Villeneuve gets the script right, and if he feels that he can deliver another experience on par with what we've just completed, then I don't see why not. When looking at comments Denis Villeneuve has also made, he says yes, he wants to make Dune Messiah, but he kind of wants to make a couple of other projects first. And you know, I don't blame him. You know, creatives sometimes don't want to get stuck into that tunnel vision. They want to flex their creative juices, and Denis Villeneuve is definitely one of those people where it's like, dude, do whatever you want. I'm gonna be in that theater for you. So it seems all but likely we're gonna get this third film. I say there's probably just gonna be about a 5-6 year wait, if we're being honest. And with Dune 2 being so good, I finally went back and read the entirety of the first book, you know, and also because you guys bullied me because I mentioned I only read half of it for the first movie. But Dune 2 was so good, I was like, all right, let me see what was different. And oh, dude, I'm ready for Messiah and Children of Dune. The interesting thing with talking about Dune, though, is Messiah definitely seems like a story that would be the perfect wrap-up for what Denis Villeneuve is about to do. But that's maybe where I would want to end, because although I haven't read the books, you know, I get curious. I want to know where the story's headed. I looked into the details about what's going to happen in Children of Dune and the continuous books after that, and how just like out of left field the stories go. I don't know if I want those other books made. Even Denis Villeneuve has said, yeah, I just kind of want to do Dune Messiah, and that's it. He has no interest in adapting Children of Dune, which low-key I wouldn't mind that, just to see how they do the son of Paul Atreides story. But after Children of Dune, I just don't think I would want to see more. And so the real question I just wandered off to you people interested into the Dune world, after Messiah, do you want to see Children of Dune? And even anything beyond, even if it's not from director Denis Villeneuve? Because it definitely seems like if Warner Brothers wants to continue this on, it's going to be with a new creative head. It's going to be with a new director. And I just find it hard to believe anybody can compare to the way Denis made these movies actually work. Because for the longest time, these were called unfilmable movies. And yet, they seem to be a hit. Okay, but with that now out of the way, I want to talk about some other things that have been happening. Like, for one, DreamWorks dropped a trailer for a new animated movie titled The Wild Robot, and man, this movie looks amazing. So this movie was not on my radar at all. I had no idea DreamWorks was even doing this movie, but the trailer popped up today. I watched it, and I almost started tearing up. The movie is set to follow this robot that gets stranded on an island named Roz. It's going to be voiced by Lupita Nyong'o, and it has to endure the weather on this island, along with also meeting a lot of the animals on the island and having to bond with them. It looks like this robot will then make it its mission to kind of just protect the wildlife on this island. DreamWorks also describes this movie as being a bridge between technology and nature, and it just looks gorgeous. Like, it feels like this could honestly be a really big hit for DreamWorks, and I can't remember the last time they had that, not including like the Puss in Boots movie, because I feel like that definitely for sure is the last time they had an amazing movie. But I mean in terms of an original idea that's not attached to like the Shrek universe or is a sequel to another popular film. Like, this is essentially an original work. Now, this is also based on a book series that I think has 3 books. I've also seen comments of people saying like, oh, I remember this book from my childhood. So there's people that are fans of this, and then there's the other people that say it's not that original. Honestly, it just looks like a copycat of WALL-E. And look, WALL-E? WALL-E. That's my favorite Pixar movie of all time. WALL-E stand till the day I die. And honestly, I feel like this feels different enough from WALL-E. WALL-E was very much also a commentary on technology, but also just our planet, mankind. This seems to have more of a focus on animals, and that's what kind of makes it feel special, especially as an animal lover. So I'm gonna give the trailer for Wild Robot a giant treasure. It's coming out September 20th. I'm marking it down on my calendar, and I'm gonna be there day one, just like I'm gonna go see Kung Fu Panda 4 tonight. Review soon. Let me know what you guys thought about the trailer for The Wild Robot if you got around to seeing it. Moving on from there, A24 has finally given us a release date for their upcoming Maxxxine movie. If you're a horror fan, this is probably a movie that's been on your most anticipated list. It is the concluding chapter in the Pearl trilogy, or X trilogy? I guess X trilogy is better, right? A24 revealed that the movie will be coming out July 5th, meaning I need a trailer next week, man. I need to see a first look at Maxxxine. This is going to be the 3rd film following X and Pearl. The plot of the movie goes, Maxxxine reverses the franchise trajectory through time to pick up with Maxxxine after the violent events of X, as the sole survivor continues her journey towards fame, setting out to make it as an actress in 1980s Los Angeles. Mia Goth also mentioned that this is the best script out of the 3 movies. And other than that, it's kind of been a mystery. There have been some rumors that there's going to be like a serial killer lurking around, and, you know, Maxxxine maybe face off against them. The corn industry, that's corn sound effects, I guess, will play a part into this movie along with her fame. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to it. I'm glad we finally have a release date. Now I just need to see this first trailer to see if the movie's gonna live up to its hype. Are you guys excited for Maxxxine? And well, speaking about a horror franchise that I've been dying to see come back, Final Destination. So you guys have been hearing me talk about this for the past couple of months, that Final Destination 6 is in the works. It was a movie that was essentially ready to start filming and get in the works before the Hollywood strike happened, and well, that paused everything in Hollywood. And that did kind of scare me, because sometimes the Hollywood strike, when you pause projects, they just get left in the dust. But thankfully that didn't happen to Final Destination 6, and we got our first set photo here. Thanks to Craig Perry, a writer, after a long, hard slog through the pandemic and the strikes, day one is finally in the can. 2025 will mark the 25th anniversary of the release of the first installment in the franchise. To honor this occasion with another worldwide theatrical release, in IMAX no less, is rare and a wonderful thing. He ends it off by saying, "See you next year. P.S. I know. Pet Sematary Bloodlines, but this is the title we've had for 3 years and we're keeping it for now." And there you go, boys and girls. Final Destination 6, titled Final Destination Bloodlines, is actually being made. You know, so many times we talk about upcoming horror movies or something in the works, and then nothing happens. And with Bloodline, it's also said to kind of refresh the franchise, do things a little differently. We're not just going to have a main character that sees a vision, horrible accident happens, and then we have to follow people one by one. They're changing things up and risking it here. The rumored plot and why it's being called Bloodlines is because this is going to be about like someone's great-great-grandma that avoided death years and years and years ago, had children, they had uncles, aunts, cousins, And now something happens where death is gonna start working its way through that family line because it was never supposed to exist. That honestly sounds like a great plot. Now I just need to know what the kills are gonna look like, man. I need them to be crazy, but not too goofy, okay? Whenever you got to the point that somebody's butthole was being sucked through a pool, you can keep it. This also means now that that's coming out, reviewing the Final Destination movies on this channel, and I can't wait to talk about how much I love those movies. So yeah, Final Destination 6 in the works, titled Bloodlines. Do you think they should change the title or just leave it as is? It's kind of a cliche title, but with the plot, I kind of like it. Moving on here, talking about the upcoming Minecraft movie. I know there's a lot of people excited about this Minecraft movie, and well, we've gotten a couple of updates the past couple of weeks that I definitely want to share with you. For one, we had the producers talk about the scope of this movie and how big it's going to be, and I feel like this is a good sign. A producer on the movie said this: that's going to be an amazing movie. That's going to be an amazing movie. We have all the resources. It's a big Warner Brothers spectacular. We've got Jason Momoa, Jack Black in it. I think it's going to inspire people. Minecraft's such a cool game. My kids played it. I played it. It's going to be true to the games, and Jared Hess directing is going to do an awesome job. That for sure is nice to hear, that they see it as this big, spectacular, huge movie that could even inspire people, which is another phrase he mentioned aside from that quote. And well, Jack Black, one of the stars of the movie, playing Steve, with him doing interviews for Kung Fu Panda 4, he talked a little bit about what we can expect from him, and he confirms he's gonna end up singing in the Minecraft movie. And I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about whether that's a good or a bad idea. Now, if you would have told me before the Super Mario movie, which I do think I remember hearing rumors that the Mario movie was a musical. I think some of you guys remember we talked about that, and that freaked everybody out. That like pissed us off. We're like, oh, dude, musical? Seriously? Come on, why would you do that? But like, it really ended up being just like one song in the movie, and that's Peaches Peaches. And that song is great. It's iconic. It's fun. Couldn't get it out of my head for months. It also helped carry the movie forward a little bit, and even Jack Black reenacted it, and it feels like, you know, Warner Brothers saw that and they were like, yeah, we're gonna try and replicate that with the Minecraft movie. So although it definitely sounds a little like, oh, okay, a singing in the Minecraft movie, is that needed? If they come out with a memeable banger song like Peaches Peaches Peaches, I'm not gonna mind it. I don't know. Jack Black is one of the few actors out there, maybe because he actually is a musician of sorts, that could make singing in a movie not annoying. That could actually be fun. That when I see it, I'll smile. So I honestly don't see this as a bad thing. I think it's a good thing. It'll probably be something catchy. If it reaches to the level of Peaches Peaches Peaches, that's yet to be seen. But given that it's the Minecraft movie, probably has a good shot. Other than that, the biggest thing I want to see about this movie is how you're turning the Minecraft world into live action. What does that look like? Is it going to be horrifying? Last we heard is they're trying to avoid an ugly Sonic situation. So that tells me they're going out there with the live action designs, but they don't want it to be horrifying. Oh, and that's going to be a hard line not to cross. This is why I throw it off to you guys. You hear Jack Black talking about he's going to sing in the Minecraft movie. Good idea, good marketing, bad marketing, you let me know. And well, guys, that's all the movie news currently have going on right now. I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch me talk some movie news. Don't be forgetting to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Follow me on Twitter at 3C Films or on TikTok at 3C Films. But as always, I'm Chris. Take care.